Do good, Maverick. Go here. Podcast episode number 162. I'm sorry if the audio is a bit bad. I'm outside. I thought I'd just jump on and make a short episode that might be of inspiration for some people. And it's basically that people are looking up to you. You know, that's almost guaranteed to be the case. Even if you look on yourself like a tremendous loser, maybe you're losing on multiple arenas or multiple areas in life, or maybe you think that yourself. But even if that is the case, it is still almost guaranteed that there are some people looking up to you. So you know, if that's the case, if you are of inspiration for some people are looking up to you. Keep going. Don't give up. Even even if it's just a few young kids that is looking up to you. Yeah, still that's someone, you know, and who knows what kind of an impact you're having on those people. Maybe you're not an influencer in the way that online influencers are, but it is almost guaranteed that you are influencing a bunch of people. If your life was a movie, or if a movie was made of your life, or if a biography was written of your life, what would the name of your current chapter be? Or what kind of movie scene or episode would it be if it was a movie about you that was being made? Might be of inspiration for some people. I've heard it said that something like people usually change their lives from one of two reasons: desperation or inspiration. Maybe part of your inspiration can be that there are some people looking up to you, or that there are some people you are inspiring. Because if you have lost a lot or been losing a lot, you might look at yourself like a loser from time to time. But the thing is, if you look at a lot of successful people, or a lot of tremendously successful people, it is oftentimes the case that they went from failure to failure to failure, and suddenly, boom, massive success. It's not always the case that everything they touched turned to gold. Some people think it's that way, that successful people are just so brilliant that everything they touch turned to gold, and they just go from one win to the next one and to the next one. Yeah, that oftentimes happens when they are already successful, like success begets success. I think there's a lot of truth to that one. But if you look at their origin story in the beginning, before they had their first big success, it's oftentimes the opposite, that they went from failure to failure. There are some exceptions, of course, people that did amazing at what they were doing and had one small success, which was setting them up for the next one, and the next one, and gradually they climbed up. But there's also a lot of the opposite, where they tried really hard again and again and again, but they failed and kept failing over and over again. But they didn't give up, they kept going, and boom, they had their big overnight success story. It is sometimes promoted that way, that it happened overnight. Sometimes it does, but oftentimes it's yeah, after a bunch of failures. Something to keep in mind. So yeah, I thought I'd just jump on and share that one. pretty basic advice, but still, it can be pretty powerful in some cases if you keep that in mind. That it's not only Rocky movies and motivational success stories that are impacting people in life. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people in this world that has never ever seen a Rocky movie. They've never seen a Rambo movie. They've never seen Cinderella Man. Movies like that. So maybe the impact, maybe the inspirational turning point, or the inspirational content for a lot of people will be you and your story, even right now, before you have reached massive success, you know? And that's also the thing that it varies from people to people what they identify with. So although you don't think you are, maybe you think that you're not of inspiration for anybody, you're probably very wrong. So yeah. And if you are of inspiration for people, try to do the right thing. Who knows what kind of an impact you're going to have in the end. And I don't mean this in a narcissistic way at all. Purely as, you know, inspirational. What one man can do, another man can do. What's your sources of inspiration? So yeah, anyway, that's just a quick little piece of advice for today. And by the way, if you have not yet checked out communitycashcows.com, I highly advise you to do so. It's basically my online community about paid communities. I'm in the process of interviewing at least 30 success stories of people that are running paid communities that are making at least $10,000 in profit per month. It's for my online education and community platform, terrific30.com. But yeah, the name of this specific course and community is communitycashcows.com. And the reason I'm naming it Community Cash Cows is basically because a lot of the people that I've interviewed about their paid communities, they are basically running it like a cash cow business, where they are working on it a few hours per week, and it's generating 5 or multiple 5 figures, even for some of them, even 6 figures in profit per month. Pretty inspiring stuff. I was expecting these interviews to be really good, but I was surprised it was even better than I was expecting it to be. And you know, that's the thing as well. In this day and age, things can change so quickly. I think it was last night I saw a Facebook post of a guy I was following online, or I am following online on Facebook. About 12 months ago, I think he was broke. He had something like $250 in his bank account, or was it minus $250? He was basically almost broke. But then he got an idea for a business or a service. He was basically selling a service where he is helping people booking interviews on podcasts, so that they can be interviewed on podcasts and promote their business and stuff. Yeah, he launched that. And now about 12 months after he launched it, he has made 7 figures in sales, so over $1 million in sales. And I think his profit margin is pretty high. So I think he has made I think he's made well over $500,000 in profit. And that's in 12 months. Before that, he had basically been struggling for years. But then he hit a home run. And he's still growing it. So this is not like, I don't think this is the top for him. But yeah, just another quick example of how quickly things can change in this day and age when we have things like the internet, AI, artificial intelligence, social media, things like that. You know, that's also the thing when it comes to online paid communities. Several of the success stories I interviewed, from the day they launched their paid community and until they reached $10,000 in profit per month, for several of them, it took like 2 to 3 months. And you might say that, yeah, $10,000 in profit per month, that's not really that much. It isn't. It is not that much. But the thing is, even if it's not a lot of money, in one way, that should just be a tremendous source of inspiration. It's not a lot of money, so it's actually extremely possible for a lot of people to do it. But at the same time, even if it's a pretty small sum of money, it can be absolutely life-changing for a lot of people. Imagine earning at least $10,000 in profit per month, maybe tens of thousands. What would it allow you to do? Maybe you could quit your 9-to-5 job. Maybe you could continue growing it from profiting 5 figures to multiple 5 figures. Maybe you could transform your lifestyle. You know what Tim Ferriss talks about in the 4-Hour Workweek? Ideal lifestyle design. What kind of lifestyle could you design for yourself if you were making like $10,000 to $50,000 in profit per month? Pretty exciting to think about. And once you're earning that amount of profit per month, it can make it easier to grow and scale and kind of set you up for the next success, you know. So maybe you don't have to wait until you are 67 until you can escape the rat race. Maybe you can do it earlier. And again, I'm not an expert at this. I'm basically in the same process myself at the moment. But what one man can do, another man can do. And of course, building a paid community online. That's just one opportunity amongst a lot of other opportunities out there. But when it comes to lifestyle businesses or semi-passive income, I really think that online paid communities and email marketing, I think those two are pretty unique and suitable for that purpose. So yeah, if you want to learn from those success stories that I've interviewed of paid communities, and also if you want to connect with other people that are in the process of building their own paid community, go to communitycashcows.com. All right, take care and God bless.